Hello guys, and welcome back to Gregtech Community Edition Unofficial. Last time we got our boiler set up with a primitive pump just to keep it watered. We got our little coke oven that's still going. I was able to get myself just a little bit over a stack done. It's like just under a stack and a half because I used some for torches and stuff. Getting through our third stack right now. Have to go chop that tree down. It's kind of a sad short one. Between episodes here, I did go find some diamonds. You're looking for diamond dust on the ground to be able to find these. Also got silver, lead, and nickel, as well as redstone, which is all a part of that last introduction quest. Just gotta grab the rest of my redstone. I grabbed some out to get stuff crafted up. And now we got that done, which that'll give us a choice reward. I think we're just going to want to do the sand to speed that up, because I know how to get more diamonds easily and get all of these easily. It's that this is going to take a while, and we're going to need quite a bit of it here soon. So, go ahead and claim the sand. Dump that in there. Let's go ahead and dump the ores and ingots stuff in here. And so that finishes pretty much all this. The last thing in here is that since we're part of the Gregtech Community Edition Unlimited Community, I will plug some add-ons. So these are some multi-block add-ons you can end up putting in here to play with more stuff. I'm not going to bother with that with this series just because I don't see the point when we're trying to learn Gregtech to add more stuff that isn't base of this mod pack. So that finishes up our entire introduction. And now in the Steam Age, we can start progressing through our stuff here. I'm gonna kind of look here really quick at what our rewards are. I don't think I'm gonna hold off on those quests. And we're gonna jump straight into making these machines. So the sticky resin is gonna give me some redstone. I had that complete just from grabbing those trees a while ago. So we're going to go ahead and make some of these bronze hulls. And so, got a bunch of these plates in here already. The crafting recipe looks something like this. I thought. Hold on. Oh, that is right. It just does the weird thing where it doesn't show you the recipe. Now, having completed that one, we're just going to grab some more. I think we'll grab the bronze hull. I don't need it yet, because I did make enough to make all the machines. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a hammer forge. It does require an anvil. I did remake an anvil. It's going to give us another one. So I don't see the necessary need for that, but we got this up in here. Go find the steam hammer forge, which needs some pipe, a piston, a bronze hole, and an anvil. Go ahead and craft ourselves the steam forge. Then we will craft ourselves the compressor. This is one of the machines we need to start making our steel furnace, steel blast furnace. So I'll make both of those. That one gets us some more clay. We'll go ahead and claim that. Hammer forge gets us another anvil. I think we'll just put the anvil away somewhere over here. Leave this one. Clay can go here. Just gonna need that here in a second. And once we got that, we need an alloy smelter and a macerator of the two other base machines we can make right now. We do need to get to glass to make the extractor, so it's going to be a second for that. So go back in here. We'll find the alloy furnace. It's that. And then the last one was the macerator, which is right there. Thought I had enough pistons. I guess I did not. there. One more piston. Macerator. Grab out our diamonds. 3 diamonds. Our macerator. So that gives us the 5 base machines. I did want to make a regular steam furnace just to be able to smelt stuff up with as well. That will give us, so alloy smelter, we can either choose bronze, ingots, or nickel. Considering that I know I'm going to get into some bigger, the multi-block structure ones that let us mass do stuff to be able to double our ore, I'm going to just go ahead and take the bronze for now. With the macerator. Alright, but then let's go ahead and go through these real quick since I kind of smashed through them all. Steam machines accept steam into their internal tank, piped through boilers. Steam machines will run recipes from JEI and use up to 32 EU. EU may be the energy unit for electric machines, but steam machines will run using a proportional amount of steam. Regular steam machines are twice as slow, so these bronze ones are twice as slow. Once you unlock steel, you can make ones that are regular speed. After each recipe, steam machines will vent some cooler steam from the dot side. Important, keep the exhaust port unblocked. This is neither an input nor output slot. If the machine fails to vent steam, it will stop working. So I will go ahead and show you that here in a second. The compressor, this will help us make the bricks that we need to make our blast furnace. Our alloys it makes a more efficient recipe for making bronze, which is nice, because then I don't have to grind down the dust. I can just put the ingots together in here, and instead of 3 copper, 1 tin to get 3 ingots, it's 3 copper, 1 tin gets 4 ingots, so it increases our output by 1. This will macerate stuff. This basically also tells you just keep directly smelting ores. Macerating takes forever, and until you get to these multi-block structures, it just doesn't feel all that worth it. So that's just a recommendation they have there. And then the forge hammer. This unlocks the recipe. It makes 3 ingots into 2 plates instead of 4 ingots into 2 plates. So we get a little bit of boost here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and come set these up over here. And so I'm going to just show you when I place this down. So you have the front, you have all these sides, and you have this port. This port has to be unblocked for the machine to keep working. I'm just going to go ahead and pick this up with a pick. All the Gregtech people might be mad at me for this, but whatever. Some mod packs, this one is not included, your machine will break if you pick it up with a pick. So it is advisable to use wrenches if you're going to use other Gregtech mods, but this one, it doesn't matter, so I don't care. We're going to go ahead and place down the hammer forge right here. And then I want the compressor right next to it, because I know those two machines are kind of used in tandem. So, one thing to note, this one does not have a top face. So I can redirect that steam port to the top face on this one. This one has a top face. I cannot redirect steam on this one. So that is something very important to note as you're placing these machines down, that some of them have faces that cannot vent steam. So we were going to go ahead and do this. And I want the macerator, and we're going to put the alloy smelter over here. I'm going to go grab me a wrench and make one more pipe. Where's my wrench? That's not good. Uh-oh. Where's my wrench? Oh. Is it not? break it? I might have broke it. Alright, we are going to go ahead and just make a regular iron one then. That's kind of strange. No idea where we're... Since I do have to go in terms of outputs, we'll grab that out. Now if we put that there, set that up like that. Set this to vent on this side. Okay, this is a little bit of pain. Do those two first. These. Just jump up here real quick. Vent to those sides. And I wanted to do this so that I can put some hoppers on top of these and automate it a little bit early on. I know there was one that does give you hoppers. I just don't know where it was. Maybe it's not that one. Nope. Item pipes. Oh, okay. It's making the item pipes that does that. So my thing is the hoppers don't require item pipes. So that kind of sucks a little bit. I don't need these right now. But we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a... Probably just some tin iron pipes if I can find some. Probably just do that for now. We got tin. Item pipe. Okay, this one. And that one. Grab that. That'll complete that quest. Get those 3 hoppers. And yes, we do want to just make a couple of chests. Here. Go 1, 2. Guess we'll just go like, what do we want? Macerate? Probably the macerator. Go 1, 2, and alright, now we got that set up. We're gonna get ready for this, and I'm gonna get some of this stuff set up. So I guess we only need 1 cauldron. So we'll get the cauldron ready. Show you how that works, because this will help make it to where all of our redstone we get gives us way more. So I know I have more redstone in here somewhere. It's going to be that cinnabar. Alright. That copper califrite. Redstone. I need 1 of those. Make cauldron. Cool. You know what? It's always easier to do this. Ourselves a cauldron. Place that right there. Get us some water in there. start with the macerator. Which means I need some coal. So we're gonna come grab, like... Actually... It's because I know we're gonna have plenty of this and not have too much use for it. We'll use this for now. So go ahead and do that. Guess can't use that. So we will go grab some charcoal. Good to know. 8 pieces, just to kind of keep it running for a little bit. We don't want this running forever. Make sure water is always full. So this is slowly going to heat up, give us some steam, and that will eventually compress those over there. Go ahead, I'm done. That in the chest. Maybe set this up over here. Yes, I'll put this tin item right there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff ready here. So to make these, we're going to make a bunch of clay into clay dust. That's right. Okay. So to make our furnace here, it does say we need tons of clay. We need to make clay and bricks, and then once we get that together, it'll make fire clay dust. So now how you do that is just 2 together like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get all of this stuff done up and wait for that steam to be generated so we can start using those machines, because we're gonna basically smash down the clay into clay dust. We're going to smelt up some bricks, smash the bricks down into brick dust, make the fire clay dust. Then we compress the dust in a compressor to make the fire clay bricks, which will get us the bricks. Then we gotta, smelt those up, and then we can start making our blast furnace. So we can start making some steel. That's why I don't want to use too much of this coal, because that's gonna, or charcoal, because that's gonna be the only way we're gonna be able to make that for a little bit. I don't want to be doing too much with coal because we can get more out of it later. And yeah, so we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Alright guys, and we're back here. We have not quite got everything done. Fire clay dust is currently compressing into our fire clay. We do have some of them smelted up in the bricks already. It's going to take a little bit on that. I got some of the redstone mass right there, so I was going to show you how this stuff works. So if I now just take out 1 stack of this, take it over here. So we just got the crushed redstone from the ore in the mass right. This gives us double the redstone we normally would get. Now, if we put it through the steam forge, it's going to give us these impure piles of redstone dust. That's what it's showing us in the quest right here. So we got the 10. Now it's going to go through all of that and give us some more regular redstone. So go ahead and wait for that. It looks like this is actually locked up. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these fire clay bricks. What I have over here. We're going to go dump it in some furnaces over here. So we go like 3. And then my favorite thing to use is creosote oil, because currently we don't have much of a use for it, so it does smelt half a stack of items, which is quite nice, so we don't have to use the coal. Or charcoal. I need 2 more. I'm gonna have this stuff. This one. Should take that bucket out so I don't forget about it. And that'll keep us from putting steam into more machines than we need to, so that these can both do what they're doing. So So that should have finished over here in the hammer forge. So now we got a stack of impure pile of redstone dust. Now if we just take it into this bucket of cauldron, or this water, now we got a whole stack of redstone. So this works just like the bottles. There are 3 bottles essentially in there. Each time you dump something in, it will use 1 whole bottle. So if you dump in 1, it'll use 1 whole bottle. If you dump in a whole stack, it'll use 1 whole bottle. So if you want to do it a little bit more efficient, that's your best bet. I'm going to go ahead and take a nap. Get rid of this rain. And we're going to go ahead and look at claiming that quest. That'll give us a couple more ores. So we'll get some more caliprite, some cassiterite, and banded iron. And it'll just let us be able to macerate those. But I'm going to go ahead and let the redstone macerate for now. So with that, we can stick this stuff in there. And then early on, you don't get any extra byproducts. You don't get anything special for any of this. So for the redstone, you do have to hammer it to get to your redstone dust. But for the other ones, you can straight up smelt it into whatever ingot you need from this state. You do not have to hammer forge and purify it to be able to do that. So we got that done. We are still waiting on all our bricks here. So one thing, we're almost done here, so we'll be able to start that. We'll take this over and start it up at least. So that's one reason that you might want to have actually more of these boilers. Because we are running a bit low on steam now, because I'm using many machines at once. But as these machines start finishing up, they'll fill back up with their steam, so this one's going to fill back up with steam. And then it'll fill up basically all of the pipes for a little bit of a backlog too. Can, if you really want to, make a storage for steam. It's not recommended though. It's way better to just make a second boiler if you're going to do that. I am going to be making a second boiler here in a second, but not for this area. That's what I'm going to do. No, I'm actually not going to do that second. I actually am running a little bit low on bronze. I only got 22 left. We got some copper to make into bronze, but I'm going to go ahead and hold off until I can start macerating some of this. I know I said earlier, you don't need to do macerating of it. I'm just going to go ahead and take that out. That'll be the last of that. Finish up. That is all finished. That's all finished. So basically from here, I'll just go ahead and dump that in there. Let it do its thing. While we come and snag up all of our bricks here. Did lay out a little area over here. This is where I'm going to put the macerator, the steam grinder in the oven. Once those are done, so let's go ahead and go clear out a tiny area. Just need a simple 3x3, but we want it to be able to be scalable, so we're going to grab this. And I'm thinking probably right over here is our best bet of an area to put it all. So let's get that laid out, and then we will craft up our bricks. So I'm thinking probably here. Is fine, and then I can kind of like get up and around it a bit. We'll put it right there. It means that we can scale it out this way once we're done. But now we've got our bricks. The quest wants us to then make 32 of these and 1 of these, which requires 1 of the bricks anyways, so we might as well make 33. Although I believe this is going to make more than that anyways. Yeah, well, no, it makes exactly 33, so there's that. And then we got to make this blast furnace control block, essentially. So it's going to take some screws, some plates. So we're going to need to make some iron plates. I think it was just 1, wasn't it? It's just 1. We need 3 rods and 2 screws. So that's going to be 5 of those. File. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. The saw. 2. And file again to make our screws. Do that recipe right in there. Drop on in 1 of those blocks, and we've got our control block. Now, the last thing I want us to do is get some steel, so we're going to go ahead and get this all set up. Bring over some steel. So for this multi-block structure, you do want 3 at the bottom, control block, and then it's 1, 2, 3 blocks tall. So we got 1, 2, and 3. There we go, and that should say it's completed. Yep. And now, let's go grab us some charcoal. I will go ahead and read in here. It does have a recipe for it, or tell you about it. So, as for steel, a recipe will be rewarded if you use coke oven earlier. If you use the coke oven earlier, as each steel ingot only requires 1 coke instead of 2 coal. Otherwise, you simply use charcoal, as it's mostly free. Using raw iron cuts the recipe duration significantly if you have the sanity to smelt thousands of nuggets beforehand. So that might be something I'll do later when I can, smelt nuggets rapidly. But right now, we're just going to do direct iron smelting. Steel will be extremely important throughout the entire game. Make a lot of it. Steel also has double the durability compared to regular iron for Gregtech tools. It also provides diamond mining level. So, what we're going to go ahead and do, grab 2 stacks of that, 1 stack of iron. Have to get some more of that smelted down here too, for sure. Which, with how much iron I have around, I've not got a problem with just smelting stacks of it. And then you throw your iron in here, and it will slowly start doing its thing. It does take 30 seconds? 75 seconds, it looks like. 90 seconds. 90 seconds with charcoal. So it speeds it up if you use coke. It also speeds it up if you use wrought iron, and then if you use both wrought iron and coke, looks like it speeds it up significantly. So that's going to take a second. We'll go ahead and go check up on, what was I going to check up on? Honestly, I don't know. I know we're going to get into glass so we can get our extractor going with the sticky resin. So, let's go ahead. I think we will go ahead and wait on making another steam generator, because I know for a fact if we switch over to high pressure machines, we can flat out just upgrade the machines here into high pressure machines. However, this cannot be upgraded, so we'll just reuse this for our multi-block structure setup. That'll make things a whole lot easier. So go ahead and it's mass work. We're doubling our popper there. So let's go over and check up on that steel here real quick. Just gonna pop these off. I know we're gonna need some leather here when we go to the nether. So that's actually not too far off. That's where we gotta go get sulfur so we can make our rubber. But let's go check on our steel. We should have at least 1 done. and it will produce these tiny piles of dark ashes when you do that. So, completing that, that'll now grant us, 2 stacks of oak wood, which we're not going to use that. That's going to be our nice building materials, because I like building with oak wood more than spruce. So that'll go in our building materials right there. Along with this, I don't know what's in there. That can stay in there. But we've done that. So now it will show us that we can do some upgrades on our machines, upgrades on our here. And so the interesting thing that's nice is I probably will set up one of these. Because this liquid one, if we can get some glass set up first, this liquid one will let me, should be able to actually straight up just pump the creosote out of here into a liquid boiler, and that will be fully automated. I don't have to worry about that anymore, which would be pretty nice, especially since the liquid one also produces at a better rate. So if I looked up steam boilers again, so this one, so regular fuel, 15 liters per tick. The solar, which you have to have it be daytime, of course, produces 18 instead of 15. And then the liquid one, even the lower one, it doubles it. This one also doubles it. So it just seems like a better idea to be using this over the other ones. The only problem is you do have to have glass, so you have to have an alloy smelter. And we also have to get some steel. Alright, so we gotta make plates. So, the first thing we gotta do, you're gonna make these plates. So to make this block mold, which is how you make your glass, you need to make these. So we're gonna need a total of 8 iron to begin with, get these plates, and then we're gonna get molds, so we can actually make our glass molds. So I will be back once I got that all set up. Or got enough iron to show you to make it up. We have enough steel to make those molds now. So I'm going to go ahead and show, it's just going to be one mold I'll show you guys how to make. Then, just like that. Nope, that's not right. That is the wrong way to look at this. Do that. Now, I'll show you. So, depending on where you place the hammer depends on what mold you get. So, since I'm going to be looking to get us some glass, I'm going to go ahead and grab that one first. So, I am going to finish the other 2 molds, both the plate and I think it was the ball mold. So, we need those 2. And that'll finish that quest. Oop. That'll finish this quest, which will let us get access to glass. And then, while we're gone, I'm going to go ahead and finish this one, so we can get into getting ready to go to the nether. This one is just basically make a bunch more of those blast furnace bricks, and it'll show that you can put them together, sharing the walls just to make more. So as I put it together to make an additional one, I only use this space, and this entire wall will get shared with the next one over. I can make one more on top of that, do this space. The walls will basically all be shared between this middle one, this left one, right one, and left one. And yeah, we'll get some steel smelted up, get some new tools to be able to go out to the nether, because we got to get to finding some sulfur so we can get into rubber. So with that, thanks for joining me and looking at some of these Steam Age machines, and we will see you next time when we go to the nether and get ready to start making some circuit boards. Crazy. Bye.